We're here at Studio Ghibli Park, and we're here at the entrance. We're gonna go in and see what all the park has to offer. Come join us. If you're not a Studio Ghibli fan, this video probably won't mean much to you, or maybe you'll find out you actually like this and you'll go check it out. But we're huge Studio Ghibli fans, and we're really excited to explore this park. First section we went to, it's kind of split up into themes. This is the Hill of Youth, which features stuff from The Cat Returns, and I think Whisper of the Heart and those kind of things. So we're checking that out first. Sucks it's raining today, but we're going to try and make the most of it. So a lot of the inside attractions you can't film or take photos in, and it requires a premium pass to enter, and we have one. But this house is from Whisper of the Heart. It's like the collector's house that they go into, and the house itself is a really nice house. We were both saying we would love to live there. It's super, super nice. And then in the basement is the violin making shop, and it smelled really good down there, and like wood. And yeah, it was really, really cute, but honestly, there wasn't too much to see inside for the line that we had to wait in, but still really cool. We're here now in Mononoke Village, featured in Princess Mononoke, the film. And basically, there isn't too much here. There's like a little play area that I think the kids can do. And there is this building with the turf roof that's traditional and was in the Mononoke movie. And in there, you can grill up like these mochi stick things, and they smell good, but we're just not in the mood for that right now, so not doing that. But there's also a tiny little gift shop here that has mainly Mononoke themed stuff in it, so not too much here, but it is neat that they added this on. It's one of the more recent additions. Now I think we're gonna head to the Grand Warehouse, or maybe over to Dondoko Forest. I don't know. Our slot is at 12. You have to have a certain time slot to get into the Grand Warehouse, so that makes it a little tricky to plan around, but let's go see it. here now in the Grand Warehouse during our designated slot time. The majority of things to see and do is in the Grand Warehouse, and we just noticed coming in there is a section where you can line up and get pictures from iconic scenes in the movies, but the line is long. I'm talking at least an hour wait, so I don't know if we'll ever end up getting in there or not. But behind us is the grand staircase. It's really reminiscent to me of Ponyo, and it has all like these mosaic tiles, and it's very colorful and beautiful. And I think there's a big boat from Castle in the Sky up above, and I even spotted a blue heron from the most recent movie, Boy and the Heron. I guess we're just gonna try and check out some of this other stuff in the Grand Warehouse, and maybe eventually stand in the line for the pictures. Not sure yet, so let's go check out the Grand Warehouse. What we found really cool and unique is that recently they brought the Oscar here that they won for Best Animated Movie for Boy and the Heron here at the Grand Warehouse, and you can actually see it. This is the closest we've ever been to an Oscar. And I think, is this their second one? Because the first one was Spirited Away, so I think this is their second one for Boy and the Heron. We went and saw that in movie theaters and really, really liked it. So we actually made it into the picture portion. We noticed the long line was just for No Face. It wasn't for all these other ones. These other ones have much smaller lines to get pictures with. So we got a pictures with a few of those, and it's really fun to act out in the scenes.
Nausicaa.
No, that's from Earthsea.
I thought it was Nausicaa.
So we're now in this hallway that holds all these old things, props that they're no longer using and are just kind of like artifacts. And some of them are Ghibli related. But then there's a few other ones that are kind of weird and not really Ghibli related, but still really cool to see some of this old stuff. How they went up. we ran around and did quite a lot of stuff. To recap, we went to Arietti's little area where you're shrunk down to size. You go into her house, and it's really cool to see everything and what they use in their little world. And there's some good photo opportunities there too. So that was cool. Then we went and saw the movie feature. They always have some kind of short film playing here. The one we saw was called The Dough Princess, I believe. It's about this little egg that comes to life. You can see the poster here. And she lives with a witch, and this dough man comes to life. You'll have to see it if you can. It was cute. And all those, they have minimal talking in them, so it can be enjoyed for everyone despite language barriers. And then we went into the special exhibit room, which featured food.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Lots of different foods. If you know Studio Ghibli, you know their food animation is really on point. So there's a lot of cool things about how they created, shaded, concepts, all that fun stuff.
They had some scenes from Spirited Away in there specifically. Sorry if the audio is funny. I have the hiccups right now. But we're done in the Grand Warehouse. We got some goodies, and we're gonna head to the Valley of the Witches next. What are you doing? Night, look at that wart. Duck. Put the umbrella down again. Here we go. Cut into the eye. Oh. So the first thing we did was eat at the Flying Oven restaurant. Right when you come in, the restaurant's right there, so it made sense just to eat as we were coming in. We got there around 2, and even though we got there 2 hours, 3 hours before closing, they were sold out of a lot of the big items, but we still got a few things there, including their eyeball panna cotta, which was tasty. It was like a custard pudding, and it looked cool as well. And then we had the melon eyeball float or something like that, and it was a pretty impressive presentation, and it tasted really good, but they just give you so much ice. There isn't actually much liquid in it. And then we got their soup with vegetables, and we haven't had many vegetables on this trip. That's probably like the most legit vegetables we've had so far, and they were good and nicely roasted. And they had a bread that was homemade that was like a sourdough, and then like a mushroom soup that was black, and so it kind of matched with the witchy theme. That was surprisingly really, really good there. I kind of had low expectations just because it's a theme park and theme park food, but it was really, really good, actually. Definitely better than the museum's food when we went to the Studio Ghibli Museum outside of Tokyo. feeling lucky number 13. So back here's a house for Earwig and the Witch movie. A lot of people don't like that movie because the animation style is very different, but we actually like the story. The animation, once you get past that initial shock, it's really good. And in there, it was like interactive, especially when you go in the potion making room. And if you one thing I recommend is going through her spell book, because you'll find little hints of other movies in the spell book. Ah, I see.
Actually, if we go down the side too.
So we finished up at Valley of the Witches. Lots to see and do there, so much that we actually weren't able to get into the one part of the park, Dondoko Forest, that's a little bit further away. It's basically like Totoro movie, the girl's house in that movie. You can go in that, and yeah, I think there might be a little stand you can buy things from, but much more in the Valley of the Witches. They definitely have the most of all the attractions besides the Grand Warehouse. Lots of things to go into with the premium pass. The premium pass is well worth it. If you didn't have it, there really wouldn't be much for you to see and do here. Like, the real magic is in the insides of these houses. What do you think?
Yeah, they're very detailed. They pay a lot of attention to detail in these houses. And it's pretty cool that you can like go through stuff, open drawers, open pages, touch stuff, move stuff. And they had a couple of staff like that are standing there, and like they were even the one lady in the witch in the earwig house showed us stuff and was talking to us. And then they're also like putting the stuff back as people touch it, move it around. So it's pretty cool. Inside the house with the attention to detail is just crazy. We wish the outside of the park felt a little bit more magical. It's a little weird. You come into like just a regular park, they don't check your ticket. Nobody checks tickets until you actually try to enter in some of these areas. So it seems like you could actually come to this park and hang out for the most part and just not go into certain things.
Mm-hmm. And that's another thing that's weird. It's like a public park, so there's like an ice skating rink on premises. There is just some buildings with things in it for the community. So you have the public here, and it kind of takes away from the park aspect, but it's still really, really cool, really unique. Howl's Moving Castle specifically was really impressive on the outside and on the inside. And we went into the Kaino residence, and that's where Kiki lives with her parents, and that was super, super nice as well. That house was decorated to the nines. Really loved that. So yeah, sadly we didn't get to Dondoko Forest, but we feel okay with that because we really wanted to see Valley of the Witches, and this didn't open until March.
Yeah, it's a brand new.
Yeah, it's brand new, so we definitely wanted to hit that.
And we also got lucky to go in and take your pictures with all the movie scenes. There was a huge, long line, like an hour or two. So I feel lucky. They were just letting people in the side, and we luckily got in the side and got that done.
Yep. But that's a wrap on Studio Ghibli Park. Hopefully you can get here and get reservations in. Another tip we have is right before you go into the actual park, there is a Lawson's, and at that Lawson's they have lots of merch there. So even if you don't go into the park, you can get some nice merch at that Lawson's. That's where I got this bag from, and I thought it was really cute. So yeah, hit that up, and you can get some snacks there before you go into the park as well. But now we're just gonna head back to Tokyo, I think, catch the Shinkansen, and have our last full day in Tokyo and call it a wrap on Japan. So thanks for joining us, and we hope to see you again.